What is up, everybody? This is Eric, the one and only bear collector, and today I am doing my August 2024 video game haul. As you can see, I don't have anything in the table right now. I feel kind of lazy. As of the making of this video, I actually got home a little late. I was helping out my girlfriend with our business, and I came home really tired, so I'm recording late too. And also, some of the items that I bought for this month, they're not arriving until next month, so I'm doing this haul right now with everything that I got right now. So anyways, like always, I start off with digital downloads for the month that I purchased, but this month I did not purchase any. So we're going to get to the nitty gritty of things and just go on with the physical items. First off, I bought Sesame Street Countdown for the NES. This is a game that I've been looking for quite some time. I'm trying to collect a lot of the Sesame Street games. So yes, this is one that I got. So pretty cool to get. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, got that one. My kid saw it. Well, my daughter, she kind of got a little bit happy to see it, so she wants to play it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. The next thing is I went to my local game store. Well, not local, but the one in Alameda. And I picked up a couple of things. Now, it wasn't my first time that I went, and I'll explain it in a bit. But the first time that I went, I grabbed a couple of games. The first one was Rugrats, the movie for the Game Boy, or Game Boy Color. So this is actually, I believe this is a platformer. So yeah, I took advantage of the buy two, get one free deal. Then the next one, I got another Sesame Street game, Elmo in Grouchland, I guess based on a movie. There was a movie that came out a while back. And finally, this one, Donald Duck Going Quackers. Now, this is interesting because about a couple of months back, I bought the Nintendo 64 version of this game. And that one, in that store where I bought it, they had a copy of this one. I wanted to ask to see it, but then kind of like we ended up conversating the people working at the store with what I bought. So I decided not to go forth and get it. But this is a game that I've been trying to look for quite some time. This version of it is a platformer. The N64 version is a 3D platformer. So it's a little different. So I wonder how these are going to be. And then also finally there, this is another game I've been trying to look for a long time. And that's Felix the Cat for the Nintendo 64, the collection, I believe. Yeah, it has the Nintendo and the Game Boy versions of it. A long time ago, I made a video of the Nintendo version of it. Want to play the Game Boy one because, yeah, these are very expensive games to own. This in itself was kind of expensive, but it's something that I didn't get when Limited Run was giving them out. And I missed the opportunity to get it. So yeah, so there we go. Got that one. And then, of course, I bought a lot of things online. One of those things, it's a game from back in the days when I was a kid that I finally got that I want to try to beat, is Barai Fighter for the NES. This one is a shooter. And interestingly enough, this is a game that I've tried to beat when I was a kid, never did so. It was very difficult. So I want to give it another shot. So yeah, this was a fun game. So yeah, got that one. Then, like I said, in a week after a week, I went back to the same shop. And the reason was because that buy two, get one free deal, they charged me for a game. So I went back, and I told them, hey, you guys charged me. So they were very, very nice about it. And they gave me my credit back. So I found some other cool things there. First one is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle for the Game Boy. This is a platformer. I actually started laughing because the people at the counter, they were making fun of the drawing because they referred to this character, Tarzan, as one of the co-workers. So when I got the game, they're like, we can't make fun of him anymore about that. So it's kind of like a joke in the store. And then this is a game that I noticed the week before that I went there that I wanted to get after I did a little bit of research. And I'm interested in playing it. And that's the Proud Family for the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, got that one. And this one's actually like an adventure game, so it looked interesting when I saw the research. And then finally, Spider-Man 2 for the Game Boy Advance. Got it thinking that I owned it, but no, I don't. So I was like, cool. When my son was with me, I'm like, man, I think I own this one. He's like, cool. If I have it, if you have it, can I keep it? And I'm like, well, yeah. If I find out that this is an extra copy, I'll just let you have it. But it ended up being a new copy. But I told him, of course, you can play them and everything, so that's no big deal. Then that evening, my son wanted to go to GameStop, and I visited a GameStop on the way home, and I found this interesting title, Slave Zero for the PS5. Now this one is like a 2D and a half platformer. It says it right here, and basically it's the prequel to Slave Zero, which came. Sorry, this is the Slave Zero X. I said it wrong, and this is the prequel to Slave Zero that came out in the Dreamcast. So yeah, so when I saw it, I got really interested. I was going for another title there at the store and decided to pick this one up. I didn't pay the amount because I had a lot of points and everything, so I got it for a couple of bucks. So yeah, got that one. Basically, they did that stupid thing where it's brand new but open, quote unquote thing, and I hate when they do that. And then, of course, online about a couple of things. First one, a game that I've been looking for quite some time, the Bernstein Bears camping adventure for the Genesis. This is a 2D side-scrolling platformer. This is a game that I've been looking for. No, and I didn't pay that much for it. So yeah, this is a game that I've been looking for quite some time, and I got it for a really good deal. So yeah, looking forward to playing that one. I'll put the $10 price on my hand. Then this one, okay, so there's a story behind this one, but I'm happy I got it, even though I own the originals, and that is a Bill and Ted's Excellent Retro Collection for the PlayStation 5. This one is a limited run release. This one has a lot of goodies. It has two games in one, which is the original Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and the Bill and Ted's Excellent Game Boy Adventure. I own both games in the original format. But this was a collection that I was looking for a really long time. At one point, I bought it. I bought a regular version of it, and they returned it because the game was, they couldn't. I bought it on eBay. I was happy to get it, and they ended up not sending it because I guess the person didn't have the copy. So it's like I won the bid and I got everything. I got a little bit upset, but I was like, whatever. But good thing that I waited because I got this one for much cheaper than I got the other one, that I would have gotten the other one. So yeah, this one has like the soundtrack. It has like a bunch of things. So yeah, really, really cool game. Another limited run release. And then I also got, for really cheap, I won a bid for the NES. I got Xanac for the NES. Got it with the instructions. A very nice copy of a game. This one is a space shooter. And it caught my attention one day, and then I found it, and I saw that the bid was going for really cheap with the instructions. So yeah, got this one. This one, I can't wait to play that one. And then another game that I was looking for a long, long time, and I finally got it, and I kept losing bids, and I kept trying to get it, but then it went for too much money. The Untouchables for the NES. This is a game I had when I was a kid. I had this version. There's two versions. This one and a blue colored version. The blue color version is worth a lot more money. This one is going up in price a little bit. But I got a really nice copy for a decent price. But I wanted to get it because I never beat it when I was a kid. This game was really hard. It's kind of like a shooter, like a first person shooter. But it's fun, but I never beat it, so I want to give it a shot. And then, of course, I got a copy of Slave Zero for the Dreamcast after looking at Slave Zero X. It was for a cheap copy, but if you can see, the instruction manual was like wet with damage, so it doesn't really work. The game's okay. I think it's okay. But I got it complete, in the case, so it's cool. And I want to play this one after I play Slave Zero X, because since that's a prequel. So yeah, this one is actually like a 3D platformer. hack and slash. The other one was a 2D and a half hack and slash side scroller. So yeah, and then I also got a couple of good deals. Which ones go first? I'm trying to do them in order. Okay, so yes. So next one, I got this one for super cheap. Wizardry 5. Heart of the Maelstrom. This one I found out of luck. There was a bid that was going on and no one was bidding for it, and it was going for a couple of bucks, and this game is worth more money, like a little bit more. So I got it for a really good deal. It's a dungeon crawler first person RPG. I actually want to play the series. I hear that it's a really good game series. So I want to give it a shot. Then this one. So, okay. This one game. So I got 2 really cool games for a really cheap price. Well, a couple. This is one of them. And this one I was looking for a long, long time. And it's an expensive game to own, but I found it for super. I want a really good bid on it, and that's Jade Cocoon for the PlayStation 1. I just noticed the game stopped. That's funny. So yes, Jade Cocoon. This is a RPG style, kind of similar to Pokemon, where you collect monsters and everything. Really good game that I've known of since way back in the days. It's something that I was trying to find for a long time. And another series that I started collecting for, and I'm going to get more of these later down the line, is Siphon Filter for the PlayStation 1. This is more like a 3D platform action shooter. Let me see. Yeah. With instructions. Got it for really cheap. And this is a series that I've known for forever. I've known about this series, but never really had an interest on it until I kind of looked into it. And I got it for a really decent price. So hopefully, it's cool, The other game that I got, and this one I got for really cheap. You guys, it's like I found it for really cheap. Tomba 2 for the PlayStation 1. This is an expensive game to own. Very expensive game. I used to own it back in the days. I regret ever getting rid of Tomba 1 and Tomba 2. Had both of them, but I found this one. Although it's pretty, well, it looks good there, but it's pretty scratched up. I'm going to resurface it and try to fix it because I tried playing it and it wasn't playing well. But that's the reason why I got it for really cheap. So hopefully with the resurface, it'll work. But this is a game that I've been looking for quite some time. So I finally got it. I got it for a really decent price. So yeah, I got that one. And then I got a game that I used to own back in the days. And I got it for a really good deal because it's going for a little bit more than what I got it for. And I was feeling stingy spending on that one. And that is Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City for the SNES. This is an action platformer. You play as Michael Jordan, and you're out to save some kids that got kidnapped throughout the Windy City, throughout Chicago. So this game, back in the days, I used to own a complete copy. I remember finding it in a bargain bin, I think at Super Kmart back in the days, for like really cheap. And I had a lot of fun playing this one. This is a really good game. And I wanted to get it again because I really enjoyed it. So found a decent, really cheap copy. Especially as you can see, it has like the Hollywood video stickers. I like that. It's pretty interesting. I think I'm going to leave them there. I'm not going to take them off. So yeah, it adds to the charm of it. So yeah. And then of course, another one to add to the Wii collection that I've been trying to look for. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. For the Wii U. I've been trying to look for this one for quite some time. Got it for a really decent price because I also got Splatoon for the Wii U. However, I already own a copy of Splatoon, a complete copy. So I got these for the price of both of them. It was going for much cheaper than if I would have bought it by itself. So I decided that I'm going to get that one. My son got really happy when he saw it. So let's see what I do with it. I'll probably end up selling it or seeing, what is this? Ah, this is funny. But yeah, just random covers. But yeah, okay. But really cool that I got that one. I'm almost done collecting a lot of the Wii U games. I got a couple left over, but a lot of them are gonna be the more expensive ones. But going back, another game that I got for the PS1 that I enjoyed. I played it on the PC, but I enjoyed it a lot. But I wanted to get the PlayStation 1 copy of it, the X-Files for the PS1. Very cool. I got it complete with the manual, and yeah, all the discs. There's like a bunch of discs. There's 4 of them. So the actual computer version, the PC version of it, is one of the few PC games that I beat, and that one also has 4 discs. It's a really nice package on that one. So maybe in the near future I'll do a review of this one. I'm gonna play it again, and then I'm gonna maybe review it later down the line, and then show you guys a copy of the PC version of it. So yeah, that was that. Then I also bought a couple of games on AliExpress, a couple of reproduction cards. First one is this interesting one that I've known of for a little bit, and it caught my attention. If I could open it, if I could try to open it, and it's this one. It's Lady Hawk. Time Flies for the Game Boy Color. So this is a bootleg. This is a reproduction. The game Lady Hawk, this one's actually like a adventure RPG game. And if you guys are familiar, in the 80s, there was a movie that came out called Lady Hawk. So I guess it's based on the 80s movie. And I keep reading, when I read about the game, the brief things that I find out about the game, they say that it's pretty cool. It's a short, fun game. So yeah, I got it for really cheap. And then I also got this one, which is called Xiao Mei and the Flame Dragon's Fist for the Genesis. This is a new game that just popped out, that came out in the digital downloads for like the Nintendo Switch. Basically, you are trying to rescue your sister that got kidnapped, and it's very similar to action is very similar to Kung Fu from the NES, but with a lot more vibrant colors, more action oriented. So it looked very fun. It's like a beat 'em up action game. So I can't wait to try that one. Then I also got a couple of reproduction games. I got Valis for the Genesis. Now I have all the Valis collection for the Genesis, although the other 2 are originals. The original Valis is going for a lot of money. And back a couple of months when I got the original, the other Valis games, originally I bought one thinking that it was gonna be Valis because they put the wrong information, and it ended up being Sid of Valis. Because if you look at the original Genesis versions of all of these games, the title and the packaging look very similar. So it's not like this. The drawings are not like that. So yeah, so I love that game. I love Valis. Then I got another favorite of mine for the Genesis, reproduction, East 3. Love this game. One of my favorite games of all time. I did a video on this already. I have the SNES version, but the Genesis version is going for mad money right now. And that version, I think, is much better than the Super Nintendo version, in my opinion. So yeah. And then finally, another one called Heavy Unit. It's a shooter. I guess it's a Mega Drive. I think this one's going to be in Japanese. I'm not sure. But it's a space shooter action game that I wanted to give it a shot. And then, of course, I got a couple more games. Got this limited run game for really cheap, Pang Adventures, for the PS4. Now, this one, I own a digital copy of how do you call it? Of the Xbox One. And I played it a little bit, and it's really fun. It's very similar to Puzzle Bobble, but you just shoot the arrows up to destroy all the bubbles in the area. So yeah, got that one. This one, I saw a YouTuber review talk about this game, and I thought it was really cool. And I know my daughter was gonna like it. and I found a complete copy for super cheap. And that's Strawberry Shortcakes, the Sweet Dreams game for the PS2. Very, very cool. It's a 2D side-scrolling platformer, and it looked a lot of fun. So yeah, and my daughter really enjoyed it. She kind of like sighed and she's like, oh, she wanted to play it. And then I got a Sega Saturn game, but it's a Japanese one that I read that is supposedly simple to play, short but fun, and it's Air's Adventure for the Sega Saturn. It's an RPG. I actually never heard of this until much recent, and I read a review and I got a complete copy for super, super cheap. This was not an expensive game to get. Then I also got another RPG for the PS1. This one I thought I owned, but I didn't, and it's Final Fantasy Origins, Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy 2 for the PS1. It's only the disc and the instruction manual. Now, this particular game, I could have sworn I owned it at one point, but I guess I never did. I looked at my notes to see, and I didn't. So I'm gonna check this one out. I own the one that's the anthology, the one that has the Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 3, I believe, in the US, Final Fantasy 6. So yeah, I own that one, or I think it's Final Fantasy 2. I don't know. It's one of those. But I own that one, and now I own that one. And then finally, well, not finally, then I got Contra Legacy of War for the PlayStation 1. This is a game I used to own back in the days, but I never beat it, and I've always wanted to beat it and give it a shot. And it wasn't an expensive copy, so I decided to get it. It's not the best Contra game by far, but I want to give it a shot, and it's Contra, so I want to play something cool like that. And then I also got for the PlayStation 2, Portal Runner for the PlayStation 2. Now, this one, I didn't know what this one was about. The cover caught my attention, and I ended up realizing that this is a spin-off of Army Men Sarge's Heroes. So now I want to check that series out, because that series seems very interesting. So yeah, so these were the games that I got this month. And then also at the shop, I'm going to show you guys something really cool. I didn't know that the shop that I go to that sells the retro games, they sell these, which are limited run cards, and I like collecting these. And I got a couple for really cheap. I got Don Pachi Resurrection. Got a couple. Got that one. Check it out. Got this one. This one's really cool. She's like halfway disappeared. This is from a limited run game that goes for a decent amount of money. Then I got these, the very first limited run cards, a gold and silver one, which is card number 1. So yeah, this one I got Castlevania Anniversary Collection. I own it, so now I have an additional card for it. Got that one. Got this one, which is Bloodstain Curse of the Moon 2. I also own that one. So I believe this is the same. I'm not sure. But I got it for cheap. And then this one caught my eye. Lunark, which is a game I just discovered, and it looks really cool. And then this other one, I known about it. My son liked these cards. Night in the Woods. I got this one. This one we really, really liked. We thought this one was really cool. Looking into your soul. Ooh, yeah. And then we got this one. This from a game. I own the digital copy, but I want to get the collection because I love this game. Axiom Verge 2. And then finally, this one caught my eye. It is from the Limited Run Games 5th anniversary. Really cool card. So got that. That is my haul for August 2024. Next month, I'll have more games. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you guys. I'll see you again next time. Take care. Peace out.